Hey, so this is a different episode. I just want to make some music right now. So we're starting here. I'm going to start by recording this record into my S950, which is an old mono sampler that was using a lot of hip hop back in the day. I just kind of want it to give me that grit. This is like a vocal sample or like an intro sort of thing. And then I also want to sample a drum break too, the same way. And we're going to use the S950 and have it go into a tape machine. And I'll show you a little bit later what that looks like.
Want to use your imagination? Think of the most beautiful place you've ever seen.
This is good. Silly.
Remember how you got there? By road. Road from where you live to wherever you want to go. The
Highways.
Road builders, in cooperation with your state.
Man, they're really trying to sell roads. Buy roads. Road stock is low.
Want to use your imagination?
Yes.
Want to use your imagination?
Yeah, that's good. Has that old-timey sound to it. So we're going to take out some of the silence here at the start.
Remember how you got there? By road.
And now I'm just going to get another record here. This is just like one of those breaks records that just has like a bunch of breaks on it. They're pretty cheap. I do like that. Oh, I've always liked that break. I like that. So the S950 records into mono, but you know, for certain elements that might be better. So I'm going to have it trigger like 1 1 1 1 1, like double up on the kick because there's no hi-hat after that snare. Instead of chopping it up, I just want to trigger it like that, like lazy. And so what we're actually going to do is we're going to use the Octatrack to trigger the MIDI on the S950. The Octatrack has 8 MIDI channels on top of 8 audio channels. And so when I put a trig down here, we should hear something. Now, obviously that's too low for what we wanted. So I can either go in there and mess with the transpose. We're going to turn the tempo down here to 92. This is kind of how they used to use the S950 alongside the MPC 60 like DJ Premier did. And so I'm literally just using the same concept just with the Octatrack because the 1200 would have like the drums and one-shots and stuff, and then they'd put the rest of it on the 950. So because this is MIDI, I could send different velocities and different timings to the S950. So this one, if I wanted it to be a little bit less loud, like that, I'm going to slow this down a little bit. Okay, like that. Put a little skip here. So now that I have that in the S950, I can't affect the EQ or anything. I put a filter on it, but I can't really do any of that here. How am I expecting to be able to mold this drum loop while it's over there? Well, I actually am building this track not in the Octatrack entirely, but on something new that I acquired. Meet the Tascam 388. Now, I don't want to make this a Tascam 388 video. We will do that in the future. I have a whole story behind it. This is a lot to it. It's actually a great story, make for a great video. But for right now, just want to introduce it to you. It's a 8-track, quarter-inch, reel-to-reel, multi-track recorder. And it's something that I've been looking for a long time. And now it's over here on my desk. Behold, something that's ridiculous to own in 2024. We lift the lid here and we got ourselves a reel-to-reel. And so now if I want to, I press play here. These EQs are going to affect the S950. I'm going to slow this down even more. That's nice. I could build on that. So on top of this, I also have the microcosm linked up as an effects send. So if I want to, it's kind of crazy. Let's get rid of some of these repeats. I like that. That sounds pretty good. Now that we have a drum loop that we like, let's maybe play on top of it a little bit. So a great thing about this digital mixer here is that I'm able to have multiple buses, and I've labeled them here. S950 microphone, which is the mic channel you're hearing, the tape machine, beat, which is, you know, the beat audio that you're hearing, Octatrack, and my SSL bus. I can just send this out to the Octatrack. And I know this is basically a glorified patch bay, but it saves me a lot of time because then I can save multiple snapshots and instances of configurations. So I'm actually using the Chroma console here. I do like it on this synth. And that's without it. This is with it. So I like that. And immediately I want to hear some distortion. So we're going to do that. I'm going to set up the Octatrack so that way when I record, it'll just automatically record it, and then I can just press a button and then it'll just load onto a track. And here we go. That's nasty. Nice bass line. I dig it. Nice. That hits, man. It's a little chunky up there in the upper lows, but I kind of like that feeling. Feels good. Sounds like a bass. Let's record this with the chroma console being turned up in the middle of it. I like the way that turned out. And then it's not going to come in for another 2 bars. The Rhodes adds a lot to that. So the way tape works, I don't know if you ever recorded a tape, but the idea is there's 8 tracks, but then there's 4 tracks on each side of tape. There's no side A or side B when you're recording like this. Side A and B are printing simultaneously, and if you were to play this, or a cassette for that matter, in a tape deck or something like that, side B would be in reverse. That's just how it is. It lets you have twice as many tracks. And there we have it. Let's rewind this and see what that sounds like on tape. This tape machine actually has a feature that lets you take the start point and a cue point and basically create like a loop. So I can put a cue point at the end of the song and then it'll just automatically go back to the beginning and play again and just do that automatically over and over again. And now I can mess with the pitch here. Let's see what other effects we have here. I kind of like it pitched up. I forgot what it sounded like before. So I had this other patch playing on the keyboard here, and I kind of want to play along to it in real time. So I'm going to do that. So I kind of like this sound, that sort of clap, and this, so I'm going to play that alongside the tape here. So yeah, the reason why I wanted to have that sort of clap on a different track other than the drum machine was because I can now send this one clap to the microcosm. So I don't know if you remember at the beginning of this video, I actually recorded something from a vinyl record player that's somebody's like, you want to use your imagination? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Let's pitch this down,
Remember
shall
how
we?
you got there? By road.
Want to use your imagination?
Think of the most beautiful place you've ever seen.
Remember how you got there?
I think that's good, man. I think I like this.
Want to use your imagination?
Think of the most beautiful place.
Place you've ever seen.
I don't feel like I have to say anything. That was a good track. I had fun. That's why we're here. We're here to have fun. We're here to talk shop, and we're here to make beats. And I made a beat, so I'm out.